Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another thing where I talk about things. Today we're going to be talking about Ico, but not right away, because I actually tried...
I don't know what this is, but it's kind of hot.
Ico was very rambly. I realized some of the way through that there's actually not much of a story to Ico. It's a great adventure and action sort of anime, but there's really not a whole lot of intrigue and really a whole lot of story to tell about it. So I recommend it, but when we get into that, we'll not have a whole lot to say. So before we begin, I was going to talk about news and things that are going on. First up, Claudia and I are about halfway through. We got to go see this. Like, oh, it's a boy. Which is kind of nice because sometimes if you go to the ultrasound, the baby will be asleep. And they might sleep in kind of an awkward position to where you can't really make out their gender. But fortunately...
Did you know that an adult African elephant can eat up to 136 kilograms of food each day?
So the doctor got a lot of good shots. We got a lot of good stuff on the ultrasound and things like that. It's almost too bad because I did want to make the joke. I was like, this is the first time that our boy disappointed us.
Are you serious? This is torture.
He was letting us down, but,
you're torturing me and everyone else watching. Wait.
Till he makes some other mistake later on in life. So, yes, they were excited about that. Claudia and I have been watching a bunch of Disney films. I'm not sure if she's on a Disney kick because the baby or
damn, girl. You grew up.
The video in her collection. So gradually Claudia's been collecting like pretty much the entire Disney catalog. I forgot how many liberties they really took with Hercules. Like I knew it, but even when I was a kid, when I watched Hercules, I was on like a big Greek legend kick when I was that. I can't remember like what it was. It was like 4th grade or something like that. Like I read a lot of
boring.
And I remember even then being kind of annoyed by how Hercules just didn't even try. Or maybe it wasn't when Hercules came out. Maybe it was just when I saw it first. But it felt like Hercules doesn't even like try to use it. Just like,
what the fuck was that?
It's like, oh, the evil ruler of the underworld. And it's like, no, you're thinking of the devil. And Zeus is like God. He's like this benevolent, whatever. It was really frustrating because none of these characters acted like this in their legends. None of these characters. But yeah. The Incredibles.
I like this. This is cute. I want this inside of me.
But yeah, but that's in the family news. That's coming up, so we're excited about that. In the business of Dawn somewhere, I've been working on.
Oh yeah.
I am ahead of schedule.
That's good.
First time ever in the. I don't know how long.
Kind of got a funny aftertaste though.
That you always say to yourself, like, well, I have this done. But there's so much work that goes into an animation that you're never actually done when you think you're gonna be. So by the time that deadline comes around, it passes and there's still lots of work to do and you're behind schedule. So I've always been behind schedule.
Ooh, that's kind of small. Yikes.
That everything is kind of more compartmentalized, like you do a page. And it takes me about 2 days, maybe like a day and a half, kind of depending on what's going on, to do a Steve page. So with 2 Steves a week, I've been able to get a 3rd Steve done, and so now I'm ahead of schedule. I'm not ahead of production yet, but I plan to get ahead of production. And then once I get kind of ahead of production, I have some buffer room, some leeway, and so if I want to take some time off or focus on other projects...
Sorry, I just think I'm too stupid to understand this.
Without actually falling behind on the update schedule. So that'll be really nice, and my plan is that once I get a good buffer for going for Steve, I'll take some time to finish off those animations and things. And
you're a whore.
Not only that,
you're a whore, just admit it. You're a whore, you whore yourself out online, you whore yourself out in front of your family and your friends. You're a whore, plain and simple. Just admit that you're a whore and a slut and a harlot.
Yeah. That's what's been going on. That's Ico. Those are the things. I suppose that'll be it for today. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'll catch you all next time.
This feels a lot like hell. At last, I am surrounded by people who get me, people who understand me, and people who think like me.